You've seen the headlines, right? Some person builds a simple app with AI, sells it for a ton of money, and you kind of think to yourself, could I do that? Well, in this explainer, we're going to follow the journey of someone who did exactly that. They built their very first app to solve a really personal, high-stakes problem.
So, this is the feeling that kicked the whole thing off. The creator of the app we're looking at had been in the US for 10 years. His wife, his kids, they're all American, but he wasn't. And his citizenship test was just days away, so the pressure was on. Now, he was probably exaggerating a bit about being deported, but that quote really captures the fear, and the urgent need for a solution.
And that personal crisis led to this question that honestly a lot of us have. He needed a custom study app, kind of like Duolingo, but for the US citizenship test. But he had zero coding experience. How on earth could he build it himself and build it fast? That's the challenge we're going to unpack step by step.
All right, here's our roadmap. We're breaking it all down into 5 stages. We'll start with the problem that sparked the whole idea. Then dive into how he prompted the AI, how he fixed bugs just by talking to it, which is wild, how he gave it a pro-design, and finally got it ready for the world.
Okay, first up, turning that real-world stress into an actual project. The problem couldn't be clearer. He had to memorize the answers to 128 potential questions for his US citizenship test. So the idea was born: create an AI tutor that could quiz him, track his mistakes, and actually help him learn.
The tool he picked for this project was an AI app builder we're calling Mocha. What's so cool about platforms like this is that they are all in one. That means the database, user sign-ins, even taking payments, it's all handled right inside the tool. And for a beginner, that is a huge deal, because you don't have to stitch together a bunch of different complicated services.
And now we get to the fun part, where the magic is supposed to happen, right? You just tell the AI what you want. But as you're about to see, the first try was a total flop, and it taught a really crucial lesson about how to actually work with these new AI tools. So his first attempt is a perfect example of that old saying, garbage in, garbage out. He took the official study guide, turned it into a bunch of images, and then tried to explain the data to the AI. It just got confused. The second time, he did something way simpler. He just gave the AI the direct web link to the official PDF. The result? Boom! The AI got it instantly and built the app's core perfectly.
And this right here is probably the most important lesson in prompting. Don't overcomplicate things. Whenever you can, just give the AI the raw original source. Don't try to be the middleman. Just point it in the right direction. With AI, it turns out clarity and directness are everything.
Okay, so the basic app is built, but it's not perfect. It's got bugs. Now with normal coding, this is where you'd be stuck for hours just staring at error messages that make no sense. But here, fixing a huge bug wasn't about writing code, it was literally about having a conversation. This is such a big deal, you guys. It's how these tools are making it possible for anyone to build software.
I mean, just look at how simple this process is. First, he connects his OpenAI account using what's called an API key. Just think of it like a password that lets the app use the AI's brain. Then, he finds a bug. The quiz is marking a correct answer as wrong. So what does he do? He just takes a screenshot, uploads it to the chat, and describes the problem in plain English. And then, the AI just fixes its own mistake.
This is the exact message he sent. It's not technical jargon, it's not code, it's just a person explaining a problem, just like you would to a coworker. This whole conversational thing is a total game changer.
And this was the AI's response. It didn't just blindly fix it, it explained what the problem was, a bug in the answer checking logic. It diagnosed itself and then just deployed the fix automatically. It's like having a developer on call 24/7 that you can just talk to. It's incredible.
Now, the key thing to remember is that it took a few tries, a little back-and-forth conversation to get the quiz working just right. Building with AI isn't a single command, it's more like a dialogue. You build, you test, you talk, and the AI keeps refining. So, the app is working perfectly. The next step? Make it look good. Because, let's be honest, in a world where anyone can build an app, a great design is what really makes you stand out. And again, just by talking to the AI, the app went from looking pretty basic to something truly professional.
The way he did this was so clever. He didn't try to describe the design he wanted. Instead, he went to a design inspiration site called Dribble, found a style he absolutely loved, and just took a bunch of screenshots. Then he uploaded those images and told the AI, hey, make my app look like this. And the result was just wow. The AI literally extracted the entire design system from those images, the colors, the fonts, the spacing, even little animations, and applied it across the entire app. This wasn't just a new coat of paint. It was a complete visual overhaul that made the app look like a premium product.
Okay, so the app works great. It looks amazing. The last piece of the puzzle is getting it out into the world. These are the practical steps that always seem so intimidating, but the platform just boils them down to a few clicks.
This just shows how simple it can be. Publishing the app to a live website? Literally one click. Want to charge people for it? He could just ask the AI to add payment plans using a service like Stripe to handle all the credit card stuff. Even connecting a custom domain name is just filling out a simple form in the settings. All the biggest technical headaches of launching are just gone.
So let's just take a step back. What started as this frantic, last-minute panic about a citizenship test became a fully functional, beautifully designed web app. And the most mind-blowing part? The entire process, from that first failed prompt to the final polished app, took just a few hours.
The entire journey done without writing a single line of code and with zero previous experience building apps. It just proves that the barrier to creating something new, something useful, has never been lower. So that really just leaves us with one final important question. What's that idea you have that's just waiting to be built?